Yeah. I'm.
Enemy sighted. Help requested.
Yeah, I'm ready. Behind you.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
I'm flanking to your left. Oh, I didn't get the kill. Did you get killed? It's actually fun, but you have to hold down and then release the left-hand one to get it to work. It doesn't fire until you release it. You have to hold it down and charge it to release it. It's really a pain, actually. But powerful up close. Extremely powerful up close. What do you mean? Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. Shooting at the wrong people here. That's not good.
Enemy sighted. Help requested. Enemy sighted.
Behind you?
Enemy sighted.
Oh, they're behind us. I guess I gotta go frontliner because my teammates don't want to get up in front.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Help requested.
Oh. It's a tight match. Ability activated. Mecha works.
Enemy sighted.
Jaeger.
Enemy sighted.
Mhm. I'm dead. They have a healer on the other team.
Ability activated.
You had a little kid crying in the background there.
Enemy sighted.
Okay. Just making sure I wasn't going crazy.
5 minutes remaining.
Where are you? Where are you? I see you.
Enemy
I'm on
sighted.
my way. I'm on my way to you. You're being protected right now by another guy.
Enemy sighted.
I don't know, but these infiltrators are pissing me off. Oh, yeah. All right. Whoa.
Overhead. Weapons sighted.
Go with me.
Enemy sighted.
Dang it, I got blown up. Stupid infiltrators! Where are you at? Okay, I'm spawning now too. Man, I got 1 kill and 5 deaths, man. This is nuts. I spawned into gunfire. That's always great. Where are you? Get out of here. Let's get out of here. Woo! I'm getting shot. I'm getting shot. It hurts. Owie. Where we are. We're flanked by that sniper. It's just 2 of us here. Where is our team? We got like the whole enemy team here, and there's no teammates. Let's get with our teammates, I guess. Gosh dang. Man, why am I getting flanked no matter where I go? Where is our battle line? Do we even have a group or a line? Yeah, right?
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. System. 1 minute remaining. Ability activated. System.
Curses! Yeah, we're getting owned pretty hard.
Enemy sighted.
No, they don't have better guns. They have better aiming.
Enemy sighted.
No, they don't have better guns. That guy right there,
Mission
he's
failed.
got the same guns your Berserker has. He's just a bigger mech. He's the same as the CRT recruit. The infiltrators got bombs that are freaking annoying and hard to hit with, but those guys are good at hitting with them. Yeah, tech. Their freaking tech was healing. Man, if not for the tech, I would have gotten another kill. Not that it would have mattered a whole lot. Yeah. Man.
This is
Lightsong assumed, which formed the main bulk of the Halandran army. By doing so, he left his own people powerless. He did so in an effort to bring peace. By then, of course, it was too late for Kuth and Huth. However, the other kingdoms, Pankal, Tedradel, Geese, and Halandran itself, were brought out of the conflict.
What?
Can we not assume more from this god of gods, who was able to accomplish so much? God King is chosen, his servants are replaced, which formed the main bulk of the Halandran. Am I off, leaving only her underbreeches? She scrambled to her feet, screaming again, and began to release dust of a half-dozen different colors. Breath, your grace. Most agree that the many war was not only about petals squeezed dry, but a much greater prize. People squeezed dry. Chapter 3.
What?
Hope Finder the Just, God of innocence and beauty.
He's just
stood up as the
a
glitter
Hawken
ran
friend.
out, and Hoyd began to drop
I know, I'm
powdery
about to
brown
review.
dirt from his other hand as he reached into another pocket. Now, you may wonder. Chapter 35. Davina awoke sore, tired, terrified. She tried struggling, but her hands and legs were tied. She succeeded only in rolling herself into an even less comfortable position. She was in a dark room,
We got
gagged,
two medics.
her face pressing awkwardly against the splintering wood floor. She still wore her skirt, expensive form like
Enemy
hers.
sighted.
Her hands were tied behind her. Someone was in the room. Someone with a lot of breath. She could feel it without even trying. She twisted, rolling onto her back in an awkward motion. She could see a figure silhouetted against the starlit sky, standing on a balcony a short distance away. She turned,
I'm dead.
her face shadowed in the end of the night. She began to squirm and panic. What was this man planning to do? Horrible possibilities leaped to mind. The man walked toward her, feet thumping roughly on the floor, the wood shaking. He knelt
Enemy
down,
sighted.
pulling her head up by the hair.
Enemy sighted. Ability
Still
activated.
deciding whether or not to kill her, he said. If I were you, I'd avoid doing anything more than
Oh, crud.
his voice was deep. He had an accent she couldn't trace. She froze in his grip, trembling. Her hair was white.
I'm dead.
He appeared to be
I-
studying, eyes reflecting stars. He dropped her back to the wooden floor. She groaned through the gap as he lit a lantern and pushed the balcony doors closed. He reached to his belt and removed the large hunting dagger.
You can change your guns if
Davina
your
felt
mech's
a stab
upgraded.
of fear. He simply walked over and cut the bonds on his head. He tossed the dagger aside and it made a thwack as it stuck into the wood of the far wall.
Dang it, they got a sniper.
He reached for something on the bed. His
Yeah.
large, black-looking sword. Davina scrambled back, hands free, and pulled at the gap, intending to scream. He whipped the scabbarded sword
Ability
toward her,
activated.
making it free. "You he said. She huddled back into the corner.
Enemy sighted.
How is this happening to me? She thought. Why hadn't she fled back to Idris
Staging?
long ago? She'd been deeply unsettled when Dent killed the ruffians in the restaurant. She'd known then that she was dealing with people and situations that were truly
Enemy
dangerous.
sighted.
We need to find.
She'd been an arrogant
be
fool
flanked.
to think that she could do anything in this city. This monstrous, overwhelming. She was nothing, barely a peasant of the countryside. Why had she been determined to get herself involved in this people's politics and schemes? The man. The undue black. Davina felt a strange nausea strike at her. Then wisps of black smoke began to curl up from the blaze. Faster approached, back at much length. The tip of a sword dragging along the floor behind him.
What is it?
Then he dropped his
Enemy sighted.
What's that?
She untensed slightly.
What is it? What do you got? What do you got?
Enemy sighted. Ability activated.
Oh, it's nice.
No
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I thought you already tried to cover it.
I felt her nostrils grow more strong. She groaned.
The little mine thing?
The strange black blade.
Yeah. You
Shine.
drop mines to the ground and yeah.
Pick it up. She complied with a gagged cry of desperation, grabbing the weapon, feeling a terrible sickness travel like a wave up her arm. The glitter ran out, and Hoyd began to drop a powdery brown dirt from his other hand as he reached into another pocket. Now, you may wonder why I must travel back so far. Should I not speak of the many wars, of the shattering of kingdoms, of the 5 scholars, Claude, the usurper, and his phantom army, which some say still hides in these generous ruins? Those are
One
the
nearly
events
dead
we
on that
focus
hill.
on.
We need to
Ones
flank these
men know
guys.
the best. To speak only of them, however,
You
is
know you can go
ignore
invisible
the
with your
history
ability, right?
of 300 years that we have.
And you know that as long as you don't get hit,
Would there have
you
been a
return
many war
after
without
shooting, you
knowledge
go
of
back
the
to being
return?
invisible 2 seconds later,
It was
right?
a return, after all, who predicted the war and prompted Strife Lover to attack the kingdoms
Yep.
across the
If
mountains.
you shoot and
Strike
don't get
Lover.
hit or anything, 2
Serial
seconds
threat.
later you go invisible again.
Yes, Your Majesty.
So you can
Or
kill
you
somebody and
said
dive
switching
back
to
into
a black
invisibility.
Strife Lover.
Enemy sighted.
Another name for Claude the Usurper.
Why are we getting
That
owned so
sounds
bad?
like
What the heck?
return. Or not. Indeed. Claude was returned. It was easy.
Oh, come on.
The man who
Sniper.
overthrew the Columbia. We haven't arrived.
I need
at
to
that.
get the medium-sized sniper.
We are still back in Hanal. The
That's
outpost
what I
become
need.
kingdom founded by the men of the
He's the one
First
really
Return's
owning us
crew.
right now, and I couldn't kill him in a light
They were the
sniper,
ones who
'cause
chose
he's
the
heavier
First
than I am.
Return's wife as their queen. Then used
Nice.
the tears of Edgley to create fantastic dyes. So untold riches possible.
Come on,
This
people.
soon became a
Why am I the only one
bustling
in the front line?
He removed a handful of flower petals and began to let them
Yeah,
fall
well,
before
I'm somewhat serious.
the tears
Oh
of
my
Edgley,
goodness.
the source of Halandran
Like-
wealth. Such small things, so easy to grow here. And yet, this is the only soil where they will
Enemy
live.
sighted.
In other parts of the world, dyes are very difficult to produce, expensive. Some scholars say that the many war was fought over these flower petals. That the kingdoms of Kut and Hud
Where'd you
were
guys go?
destroyed.
Get back here! Come on!
The petals
Medics
fell
with me. Where are the rest of you guys?
But only some of the scholars say that, storyteller? Like Concept. Siri
Thanks,
turned,
medic.
having
Where's the rest of the
almost forgotten
team
that
at?
he was with them.
I
What
dropped
did the
down because the
rest
enemy is
say?
coming. I'm like, alright, I will
Why
form a
was
line.
they
And and our team just runs away.
The storyteller fell silent for a moment. And then he pulled out
Stop
two
running
pencils
away.
and began to
Fight.
reduce dust
Kill
of
things.
half dozen different colors.
We're already losing. What's to
Brilliant.
happen? You lose?
Most agree that the many war was not only about petals squeezed dry,
Enemy sighted.
but a much greater prize. Evil squeezed You know, perhaps that the royal family was growing increasingly interested in the process by which breath could be used to bring objects to life. Awakening, it was then first being called. It was a fresh and poorly understood art then. Lived in many ways. The workings of the souls of men, their powers to animate ordinary objects. The dead, life. Something discovered barely 4 centuries.
Overheating.
A short time, by the accounts of his gods. Unlike importance, Lightsong mumbled, glancing over his priest who was still talking about sanitation. Those seem to last an eternity, according to the account of this god. The storyteller didn't break stride at any interruption. Breath. The years leading up to the many. Those are the days of the 5 scholars, and the discovery of new commanders. To some,
You see that?
this was a
I
time
almost
of
blew that guy up.
great
My bomb went off
enlightenment
right as the
and learning.
game ended and he didn't die.
Others called them the
would've
darkest
died.
days of men, for it was then we learned to best exploit one another. He began to drop.
No, the
2
problem is
characters
not
at once.
your mecha, it's our
One
composition
bright
of
yellow,
mecha.
the other black. Siri watched, amused.
No, you
He
don't.
seemed to be slanting what he said.
Your guns are
toward
just as powerful
careful
as that
to
guy
offend
who's in
her
first
Idris
place.
sensibilities.
You have a
What did she really know of breath?
look at your
She'd
look at your
rarely
mecha
even
and click
seen
on
any
its guns.
awakeners in the court. Even when she did, she didn't really care. The monks had spoken against such
No,
things,
click
but,
on
well,
the guns
she had paid about as much attention to them as she had to her tutors.
and look at switching them. Click on go
One of
crouch,
the
click
5
on it so
scholars
it pops up.
made a
And
discovery.
you see, yeah,
Boyd
alternate,
continued, dropping
right?
a handful of white scraps, small torn pieces of paper with writing on them.
You see alternates, right?
Commands, methods, the means by which a lifeless could be created from a single breath. This, perhaps, seems a small thing to you. But you must look at the past of this kingdom and its founding. Halandrin began with the servants of a return, and was developed by an expansive mercantile effort. It controlled a uniquely lucrative region which, through the discovery and maintenance of the northern passes, combined with increasingly skillful navigation, was becoming a
Maybe
jewel
we should switch modes though, I
coveted
don't know.
by the rest of the world. He paused, and his second hand came up, dropping little bits of metal which fell to the stonework with a sound not unlike falling rain. And so, the war came, he said. The 5 scholars split, joining different sides. Some kingdoms gained the use of lifeless, while others did not. Some kingdoms had weapons others could only envy. To answer the god's question, my story claims one
We have a pretty
other
decent
reason
composition
for the
now.
many. The ability to create lifeless so cheaply. Before the discovery of the single breath
2
command,
berserkers.
lifeless took 50
Oh, I
breaths.
thought he was going. Okay, well we still have a pretty
Extra
good
soldiers,
composition.
even a lifeless one, are of limited use if you can
Although
gain
they got-
only one
well, we're good.
for every 50 men you already have. However, being able to create a lifeless with a single breath, 1 for 1, that will double your troops, and half of them won't need to eat. The metal stopped falling. Lifeless are no stronger than living men, Boyd said. They are the same. They are not more skilled than living men. They are the same.
Enemy sighted.
However, not having to eat like regular men. That advantage was enormous. Mix that with their ability to ignore pain and never feel fear. And suddenly you had an army that others could not stand against. It was taken even further by Kalai,
The hell,
who
where's
was
the
said
team
to
at?
have created a
Okay, there's
new
3 of us
and
over here. Where's the
powerful
rest of the
type
team?
life,
One guy looks like he's
gaining
at
an
base.
advantage even more frightening. What kind of new life is it? Siri asked,
Where are you at?
curious. Nobody remembers, Your Majesty. Boyd explained.
Good.
The records of that time have been lost. Some say they were burned intentionally. Whatever the true nature of Kalad's family, they were frightening and terrible. So much so that even though the details have been lost in time, the phantoms themselves live on in our lore and
Ability
our
activated.
curses. Do they really still exist out there?
Whoever's at the
asked,
base,
shivering
get your
slightly,
butt out here and
glancing
fight.
toward the unseen jungles. Like the stories say? An unseen army? Waiting for Khalad to return and command them again? Alas, Hoyt said, I can tell only stories. As I said, so much from that time is lost to us now. But we know of the royal family, Ciri said. They broke away because they didn't agree with what Khalad was doing, right? They saw moral problems with using lifeless. The story.
They got 2 snipers. Oh, they just hit me.
Why, yes, he finally said, smiling through his beard. Yes, they did, Your Majesty. She raised an eyebrow. Psst, Lightsong said, leaning in. He's lying to you. Your Grace, the storyteller said, bowing deeply. I beg your pardon. There are diverging explanations. Why, I am a teller of stories. All stories. And what do other stories say? Ciri asked. None of them agree, Your Majesty, the voice said. Your people speak of religious indignation and of treachery by Khalad the Usurper. The Pankal people tell of the royal family working hard to gain powerful life.
Why is it we just keep getting fucking owned?
Then being surprised when
Nuts,
their tools
man.
turned against them.
Excuse my language.
In Halandren, they tell of the royal family aligning themselves with Khalad, making him their general, and ignoring the will of the people by seeking war with
Take
blood.
this CRT recruit.
Ability
He looked up.
activated.
And then began to trail 2
It's a really
handfuls
well-balanced
of
map.
black, burned charcoal.
The CRT
But
recruit that we
time
start
burns
with.
away behind
The
it,
TV set.
leaving only ash and
The
memory.
TV set's a really well balanced.
That memory passes from mind to mind, then finally
Okay.
to my
We need to
lips.
group up. And I
When all
can't
is
find
truth
my team.
and all are lies, does it matter if some say the royal family sought to create lifeless? Your belief is your own. Either way, Return took control of Halandren, she said. Yeah, Hoyt said. And they gave it a new name, a variation on the old one. Yet, some still speak regretfully of the royals who left, bearing the blood of the first return to their highway. Ciri frowned. Blood of the first return? Yes, Hoyt said. It was his wife, pregnant with his child, who became the first queen of this land. You are his descendant. She sat back. Lightsong turned, curious. You didn't know this? He asked, in a tone lacking his normal flippancy. She shook her head. This fact is known to many people. Do not speak of it. Lightsong seemed to find that interesting.
Overheating.
Down below, the priests were moving on to a different topic. Something about security in the city and increasing patrols in the slums. She smiled, sensing
what's
a
up?
subtle
Are you
way
not?
to get to the question she really wanted to ask. That means that the God Kings of Halandren carried on without the blood of
You're not in the match anymore?
Your Majesty, Hoyt said, crumpling clay out into the air before him. How many
I
God
know,
Kings
it's
have
just
there been?
nuts. We're 1 in 17. This is
Fine.
driving me crazy. I don't understand
The man said.
why.
Including His Immortal Majesty Lord Susebron, but not including Peacegiver. 5 kings, she said. In 300 years? Yes, Your Majesty, Hoyt said, bringing out a handful of golden dust, letting it fall before him. The dynasty of Halandren was founded at the conclusion of the Many War. The first one gaining his breath and life from Peacegiver himself, who was revered for dispelling Khalad's phantom, and bringing a peaceful end to the memory.
Okay,
Since that
I'm
day,
surrounded
each
again
god
without
king
my
has
queen.
fathered a stillborn son, who then returned and took his place. Ciri leaned forward. Wait, how did Peacegiver create a new god? Ah, Hoyt said, switching back to Sam. Now there's a story lost in time. How indeed. Breath can be passed from one man to another, but breath, no matter how much, does not make one a god. Legends say that Peacegiver died by granting his breath to his successor. After all, can a god not give his life away to bless another? Not exactly a sign of mental stability, in my opinion, Lightsun said, waiting for some more praise. You don't encourage confidence in our predecessor, storyteller. Besides, even if a god gives away his breath, it doesn't make the recipient divine. I only tell stories, Your Grace, Hoyd repeated. They may be true, they may be fiction. All I know is that the stories themselves exist, and I must tell them. This is much flaring. Siri thought, watching him reach into yet another
Commercial
pocket
where?
and pull free a handful of small bits of grass and earth.
Right now?
He let bits fall slowly between his fingers. I speak of foundation,
Like what?
Hoyd said. Peacegiver was no ordinary return, for he managed to stop
It's
the
not
life
commercial. I think you might hear my book.
Indeed, he sent away Kalad's phantom, which formed the main bulk of the Halandran army. By doing so, he left his own people powerless. He did so in an effort to bring
Although you
peace.
shouldn't be able to hear it.
By then,
Can
of
you hear
course, it was too late for Kuth.
Like
and
right
Kuth.
now on my stream.
However, the other kingdoms, Pankal, Tedradel, Geese,
No, it's full.
Halandran
It's
itself
full.
were brought out to Can we not assume the God of gods, who was able to accomplish so much? Perhaps he did do something unique. The priests claim. Moved some seeds within the god kings of Halandran, allowing them to have the power of father to son.
Minute remaining. Enemy spotted.
Such as the first return could bear children, while others could not.
Sister.
I know. My team is just not, I don't know, behaving like I feel a team should behave. Can you still hear the book in the stream?
But why have there
Hey Tim, how's it going, man?
She asked. Why did the first one die?
Tim in the chat. Tim says hi. You can hear it right now?
Because they gods are not like ordinary
Well, I don't want
they
people to
come
hear it
back
at
for
all.
us, not for themselves. And when they no longer
So,
endure life, they pass on.
Mission failed.
God kings live only as long as it takes them to produce an heir.
Can you hear it, Tim? Are you able to hear it?
Siri started. That's commonly known?
Tim,
She asked. Then cringed.
are you able to hear it?
Of course it is.
He shouldn't be able to hear you at all.
At least
Nor should he be able to hear my book at all. I wonder if you hear it. Do you hear it in the stream or you hear it through Skype?
his son and heir was born. It is natural.